Today is the day that I finish Onyx Storm. I have already done a video of me reading the first half of the book, so if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend to read that, just so you know whereabouts we are in the story. But I'm read until about halfway, so I'm going to be finishing it today. I have nothing else to do today. I've made sure that my day stayed free because this is obviously a priority, and let's see how it goes. Just for some context on where we are in the book, so Holden has had himself banned from Devrelli after they visited last time, so Violet's with her new squad and they've taken Ulrich with her. When they were captured in Devrelli, Xaden had channeled using iron, and sadly his eyes have not returned to gold. They have gone amber, so this is kind of ramping things up a little bit. Seems like he is closer to becoming an Amzia. I think that was the name. So that's really scary. I don't want him to turn into Venin and be like Jack Barlow. They have now just travelled to the next isle and they met the captain. They've gone towards the temple, and then everybody around them has silver hair. Now, I'm wondering whether this has some sort of link to Violet. I mean, my assumption is it does, but I don't know what that is yet, so hopefully we find out why everybody's got silver hair. The text at the top did have a quote saying that some people used to be dedicated to the god, so I'm wondering whether Violet was dedicated to a god before the law or the codex had changed, but we shall see. It's picking up. I'm excited. Xaden's mum is on the island. No, stop it. I love this story so much. I thought she was dead. Or was it just they didn't know where she went? Oh my god. Oh, Violet's got his back. She does. Garrick. Okay, so I'm on page 307, which is chapter 36. Oh god. So they've just got to the Isle and they've met Xaden's mum, who is now married and she has 2 children from what I'm aware, 2 sons other than Xaden. They invited them for dinner, and at the end Violet has clocked that actually she knew they were coming because she's got all of this chocolate stored up, which was Xaden's favourite, and Garrick started eating the cake and now he's not breathing. What do we do now? Oh, I don't want anything to happen to him. I think I just need to keep on reading, to be honest. I'm really enjoying the story though. I want them all to make it out alive, but I'm really angry that Xaden's mum's double-crossed him. Like, she's abandoned him for years and now she's decided to poison them. Sorry. I don't like it when the book's like this. I just want people to work together to save him. I wonder if she has any inkling of knowing that he's Venin, because when they first met her on the Isle, she stared into his eyes, and obviously his eyes are no longer onyx, they've gone to amber, so I'm wondering whether she knows. I'm just gonna have to carry on reading. I will be back very soon. Oh. Oh, there's not Riddock as well. Oh, I love Riddock. God, that was scary. I'm glad he's okay. But back to business. We need to sort Garrick out. This book is giving me whiplash. They've just found out what they need to give Garrick to help him. Oh, they found a new aisle with magic. I'm going to stop there for a moment. So I'm now on page 320, which is chapter 38. Oh, they found an aisle with magic. I wonder whether we're going to find the Irids. I didn't think it would be this book, if I'm honest, but I really hope it is. They've got to an aisle and everyone's just watching, which is scary, but it's nice that they've got their magic back, even though they're off the continent. So in the last chapter, we saw Xaden's mum and they poisoned Garrick. However, Violet, of course, was one step ahead and she poisoned them first with tea. So they managed to figure out what it was that poisoned Garrick and put figs down his throat, basically, to try and help him. And he then was okay. He woke up and said, "This is my least favourite aisle," and I found that really funny. But they have now pledged allegiance, I believe, with the island. Faris realised that Violet is Asher Sorrengail's daughter, and he drank the antidote, but which basically means that they're going to live, but they have to give them access to the island, which I don't think they're going to want from them anyway. Xaden's mum can go stuff herself, as far as I'm aware. I don't think she knew about him being poisoned, and because there was figs on the tray that she brought up, I'm wondering whether she did know about it, but she knew that Violet would figure out the cure. Maybe that could be an option, but could just be a coincidence that she's given them figs. Who knows? But I'm so excited. So I'm now up to page 347, which is chapter 42. They've just found the Irids, which is so exciting. Well, I say they found them. The Irids actually found the squad. So Andana was having a rest and they were about to go and search other isles. So they've gone to bury Traeger and they did this on a separate island, and whilst the sun had come up they decided to explore the isles that are nearby, because this one wasn't marked on the map properly. And as everyone's gone off, Riddock and Violet were waiting for the fire to go out so Adana could get an extra hour's rest. And as they've done that, the Irids have just appeared. And I don't know if I've read this wrong, but I think they come out of the sea. So they're almost like hidden underwater or under the land. And they've said to Andana that there's hundreds more of them. There's so many more. So she's got a really big breed. However, they asked her how she got her tail, because they obviously get to pick what the tails is, and she told the whole story about how she met Violet and what's happened since, how they've done. And she asked them, "Have I passed the test?" And they said, "You were never under a test, it was Violet." And essentially they've turned around to Violet and said, "You failed. Our breed is made for peace and you are all still fighting, so unfortunately humankind have failed." And that's where I'm at the moment. And oh, what's going to happen? We need them. I think that they're going to have a lot of knowledge on the last war, although they might have none if they've chose not to participate in it. I don't know where it's going to go from here. Oh, I'm scared. Just want Xaden to be better, and I want the venom to go away, and then everyone can be happy again. I guess we'll have to find out what happens next. I'm coming towards the end now. Well, I'm on page 340, so I think I'm just over 200 pages to go. So we shall see what happens next. Okay, so we're now up to chapter 45, which is page 375. So they have just returned after the Irids have said that they will not help, as they are still believe that they still want fighting and war. And Sniva has fell to the Venins. They've worked out that the silver-haired Venin, who has been taunting Violet, can travel within a cloud to carry the wyvern so that they don't get struck, and then they set Senniva on fire. King Tarkarius has now died, and so has the queen, which I believe is Kat's mum, or she's related to Kat in some way, which is really sad. So the queen and King Tarkarius has now died, so that part's all drained as well, which is really, really sad for the flyers. And they were in battle brief, and Xaden came in and really didn't acknowledge Violet. Before all of this happened as well, Riddock has found out that Xaden is a Venin because he saw when his eyes went red when they were with the Irids, so he was really angry, but he did say, I understand, but we need to tell Sawyer, Rhiannon and Jesnia, so they are now, or they have now gone down to the archives to tell her, and everything's kind of falling apart, and I'm just trying to see how this is going to have any sort of positives, really. Hopefully they can do something to ward off some of the venom, but at this stage I'm not really sure. But yes, so now Jesnia, Rhiannon and Sawyer are also aware, so hopefully they can come up with something together to try and help him, because Xaden. So I'm now up to page 440, which is chapter 53. So the Venin have just tried to attack Aricia, however, luckily they managed to figure that out before they arrived. Xaden has been able to, with Violet, without channeling, so that's positive, and I think he's on day 73, which is double the time that Jack Barlow has gone without channeling. Theophany was there, and Alric shouted to Violet before they went to battle, protect the Temple of June, and there's got to be something there that we don't know yet. What that is currently, I don't know. I've got less than 100 pages left, so I hope we find that out soon. I think I've got about 90 pages, so nearly there now. I'm scared. The Irid just came and saved them all though, so Theophany was about to take Violet hostage, and then all of a sudden she got really panicked and asked them to leave, and then the wyvern started falling, and from what we understand now, they raised the ward stone, so they must have blew their fire on it. Oh, I'm so excited, so excited. I'm glad that they're now helping because they were so against it before. And I wonder what's changed their minds, or whether they have changed their minds, I don't know. Maybe they understand that they are looking for peace, but it's just not possible at the moment. I don't know. But I'm going to hurry along and read the last 100 pages. I don't want it to be over though, because God knows how long we're going to be waiting for the next book in the series. Wish me luck. The last 100 pages always ruin us, so I might be crying by the time I come back, who knows. I'm on the last 10 pages. Oh, I'm scared. I think she's killed Theophany, but I hope she doesn't burn out. Oh, this is Xaden's chapter. Oh no, I can't take it. Has Panchak been behind it this whole time? No, it can't end there. What do you mean? What do you mean? I need a minute. What do you mean? So I have just finished the book. Violet killed Theophany, which is amazing, but what's happened to Xaden? Oh god. And why have they've given Violet something, haven't they, to wipe her memory? Where is he? I really hope he's not Venom. He can't be, surely, if he's remembered to give Violet a ring and marry her. He must still love her. Surely the Venom don't love people, I'm assuming. Oh, I actually don't even have much to say on this. Like, the book is absolutely incredible. I'm so glad I've read it. And if you haven't read the Fourth Wing series by now, definitely read it. But there's just so many things that aren't okay right now. And Dana's back, so we know. Or was it just for the battle? We don't know yet. So hopefully we'll get some more information about where she is or what's going to happen to her. I'm just in a bit of disbelief at the moment. Where is he? Why did he do? Well, I guess he had to channel, didn't he, to try and save everybody, but I hope that's not at his own risk. Oh. Also, Oryx's power, so that is crazy. Does that mean he can just predict the rest of the books for us and we can just get on our merry way? How's he known that all along? And how's he kept it such a secret? I'm glad the Ethany's dead though, because surely that means that a lot of people under her will die. Also, the fact that Xaden had the chance to kill his sage or whatever they're called, and he didn't. Or he couldn't because of that bond then. Oh, I don't know. Well, that's all I have to say really. I'm absolutely devastated, but he's alive, that's the main thing, we hope. So we're just gonna have to wait till the next book, unfortunately. If you have stayed this long, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I've absolutely loved reading this book, and I'm hoping to read a new book really soon on a reading journey. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will link the book below in the description in case you haven't got Iron Flame yet and you would like to buy it, just so it's easy to purchase. But I hope to see you again very soon for another video. Bye!